How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I'm doing a little bit of a different video here today, and I'm going to be talking to you about how I'm going to invest my money moving forward. Now, this might change, of course. This can always change. It's changed a lot for me over the last year, and it depends on what is dipping and what is flying and all that kind of stuff where I see the opportunity. However, I think it's hard right now because a lot of people do buy whatever's being hyped up right now, and a lot of the time, dollar cost averaging into different investments or at least different sectors is really important. So, I want to go over kind of how I'm going to stagger out my investments moving forward. Now I have the new house, so a lot of my money doesn't have to go to that. A good amount still has to go to taxes and stuff like that, but I'm not saving up for something massive. So I want to show you kind of my thought process behind what I'm going to do going forward to make sure I have enough money on the sidelines, but also enough invested, because I think everyone over the last couple months, or at least a lot of people I know, ran out of money to invest in the market because they had been investing so aggressively before that. And a lot of those people made a lot of money. And I know a lot of people were upset back in January and February because they weren't as invested as they should have been. And then they jumped on late. So this hopefully will stop people from either investing too much or not investing enough. And of course, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm going to do. And hopefully, it can help other people understand a little bit more what I think of. Now, of course, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. Also, if you guys want, there is a link down there to Webull. In case you want some free stocks, you can sign up, just deposit $100. So let's get into it here. So first of all, I'm going to be getting some amount of profit right away from the business from, this is essentially like my salary. So I'll be getting, let's say, $100. Some of that will be going to taxes. I'm going to be putting away about 40% for taxes or so. And then I do have some expenses that come out of that. So we're just going to assume I have $100 left over after those expenses, just, for daily living and for taxes, just to make it easy for everyone to understand. So first of all, of course, I want some money invested, and I'm going to be putting some money into stocks. So I'm going to be putting a third of it into stocks right away. Now, I realize you might be thinking, okay, where's the rest of this money going? Because this is all just money that's extra after my expenses. So we'll cover that in a second. But half of my money is going to stocks, or a third of my money is going to stocks. So a good majority of it will be going into more growth plays like the stocks I've been buying. I have a lot of Tattooed Chef, a lot of Palantir. I own a lot of CleanSpark, which is actually a Bitcoin mining stock, but a lot of it will be going there. I will be putting some in index funds. So I know some people really love index funds. I know some people think that they're worthless, but either way, I think it's beneficial to have some index funds in a portfolio. The reason is a couple months ago, or maybe it was about a month ago now, all the growth stocks fell dramatically and index funds were at all-time highs. So I was able to take some of those some of the indexes I held, and I sold some of them and put it into growth. So it's kind of like a hedge against some of the higher growth stocks. It's kind of just more steady than those growth stocks, but also the returns are a little bit lower. So I won't be putting a majority of my money into those index funds, but I think it is a nice cushion and a nice kind of piggy bank almost if you are able to use those and throw some of that money in more high growth stocks. Now from there, I do want to diversify, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I do like investing in crypto. So I will be putting money into crypto, probably not a huge surprise to a lot of people. And I'll break down what I'm going to put it in here in a second. But the reason, or one of the reasons for crypto, is to diversify away from stocks. And I realize it's higher risk, higher reward. And some people still don't like crypto. But I think if you dollar cost average, it is a good way to get around, some of the hype and some of the crashes. I've been dollar cost averaging. And with stocks and crypto, I'm not going to be putting all the money in right when I get the money. So if I get, let's say, $1,000, right, I'm not going to be putting $333 in the day that I get it. I will be probably trying to spread it over the month to look for some dip buying opportunities. So it's like a mix between dollar cost averaging and dip buying. I don't want to buy at random times, but also I don't want to hold up for months because I might be able to get in at a lower point and I might miss out on some gains if I wait too long for dips. But especially in crypto, we see dips pretty often. I mean, whether it's weekly or monthly, it seems like almost every couple weeks we are seeing a nice dip of 10 to 20%. Now, in crypto, you're actually able to get a pretty good interest rate. So I use BlockFi, and I have the majority of my crypto there. They pay anywhere from 4 to 10% on different cryptos, and that's where the majority of my Bitcoin and my Ethereum are. I really like it. I talk about it a lot on the channel, I know that. But when you start looking at crypto investments, whether it's for an inflation hedge like Bitcoin or whether it's for higher growth like Ethereum or Cardano, I think there is a case to be made for crypto. Now, of course, some people will say that's a lot of money going to crypto, basically a third of your investments going to crypto, and it is a significant amount. However, I feel like with those yields too, there is a huge benefit to investing in crypto. And since I am pretty young and I have a pretty high risk tolerance, at least because of my age, I have a lot of time to make up this 1/3 if, let's say, Bitcoin goes down to 5,000 and stays there forever, which I don't think it will. I have a lot of time to make that up. But I think that it will probably outpace the S&P 500, probably outpace a good amount of growth stocks, especially when you account for that 5 to 6 to 10% yield. Now, if you guys want that link to BlockFi, there's a link underneath the video along with a bonus for signing up. So this is how it's going to be broken down. 1/3 Bitcoin, 1/3 Ethereum, 1/3 altcoins. Again, I'm not going to be doing it right when I get that money, but I'll probably spaced out every couple of weeks. I'll look for a nice buying opportunity. So I think Bitcoin will be really important because it is the most well-known crypto out there. Most people kind of understand how Bitcoin works. Now, they might not understand the whole thing, but they get that it's digital gold and that it is an inflation hedge. That's what a lot of people understand. A lot of people still don't know what Ethereum is, but there are more institutions looking into it and buying it now. And then altcoins have a little bit higher potential, but higher risk, higher fluctuations in price. And with some of those altcoins too, I'll just show which ones I'm looking at getting into. ADA and BNB are probably the two top ones that I'll be investing in. Probably 10% or so of all my crypto, because I have about 33% going into alts, probably 10% and 10% into ADA and BNB. Then some in VeChain and Chainlink, and then VGX2, which is Voyager's token. I think that's a really good one too for their loyalty program. If you guys want, there is a link down there to Voyager too, where you can get an interest rate kind of like BlockFi. Now it is slightly different. There are different benefits to both of them, so you can try out either one or both of them down below. And then I'm going to have 33% going to an opportunity fund. Now, I understand, again, a lot of people will be saying that's way too much. You should be way more invested in that. Let me tell you why I'm going to put 33%. I think right now, a lot of things are pretty expensive. Stocks, crypto. Now, I'm not saying that they won't continue going up, but I could imagine in the next few years, there's going to be opportunity out there. And I want to have some cash on the sidelines. Now, I'm not just going to sit it in my bank account and let it collect dust or collect, 0.1% APY and get 1 cent a month or whatever from it. I am going to put it into a little bit I'm going to keep in the bank accounts just so that I have it a little bit more available. But also I'm going to put a majority of it into stable coins. So anywhere from 7 to 10% yield on BlockFi and Voyager. I'm going to be getting a significant amount. It's going to be compounding monthly. And I'm going to keep it there. Again, I think that will do really well just overall. I mean, it's going to be awesome once I get $10, $20, $30,000 in that, just to see, hey, I'm getting, $200, $300, $400 a month in this extra stable coin. And then also after that too, I'm going to be using it the opportunity fund is going to be set up so that I can use a third of it for crypto, a third of it for stocks. So if we see massive dips, some of this opportunity fund will be going into stocks and into crypto. So I have it separated, I should say. I was trying to think of the right word. I have it separated. So 1/3 of the opportunity fund will be in stocks, 1/3 in crypto, and then 1/3 for real estate or other investments. Now, if I can't find anything where it's just a screaming deal and I need to put more into stocks or crypto, I will be looking at getting into more real estate down the line. Right now, there's not a lot that's cheap around me, but I would like to get into more real estate. At this point, I'm not invested much into real estate besides my own house. So I would love to be able to get into that a little bit more, but there aren't many deals right now, so I'm not, itching to go buy rental properties right now, at least around me. So overall, if I can't use it for stocks or crypto, who knows? I might keep, a majority of it in stablecoin because it's going to be paying so much per month, and it will be kind of just cool to build that up over time. If I could get six figures in one of these accounts, even when investing in crypto and stocks, I think six figures when it's paying like the stablecoin interest every month would be very attractive. Again, that would be almost $1,000 a month in income just from my opportunity fund. So that is how it's broken down. I'm going to be investing in stocks, crypto, and just stablecoin. I realize that there is some risk to putting money in stablecoin. You can always look those risks up yourself. They're not often insured by FDIC because they're not bank accounts. They are they're invested by the companies, but I think generally, like in 99.99% of cases, you're probably fine. Of course, this isn't financial advice. I just feel pretty comfortable with it myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want more videos like this, let me know. It's not on an individual stock, so it's not as flashy, but I think this is helpful to newer investors. Again, I think the opportunity fund is important just to have some money on the sidelines, and I realize maybe for most people, it's not worth keeping around 33%. I'd say probably like 10 to 20 is probably what most people would be comfortable with and what would be good for most people. But again, with it going into stablecoin, I don't feel like I'm missing out a lot. I think this is just simpler than whatever else I could do. And again, this could always change. Like next month, it might be 35, 35, 30 or 40, 30, 30 or whatever. But I think this is generally how I'm going to invest. Now, of course, I want to hear your thoughts on this down below. What are you investing into? What asset class? I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for checking out Webull and BlockFi down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.